Right. So, your first ever Kung Fu lesson, right?
Yes.
You haven't had it?
No.
Okay. So, you're going to really like it
Yeah.
because you're not going to be seeing stars, you're not going to get any big hooks to the head, right? And you're really going to like it because it's technical and you're intelligent and you're going to like the intelligent depth to it, okay?
Yeah.
Now, my Kung Fu is, it's not sport, okay? And I don't even call it a martial art, and I'll tell you why I don't call it a martial art. The word martial comes from the Roman name for the god of war, right? And I find that limiting. Like warrior, I don't consider myself a warrior, I consider myself a fighter, because I don't fight wars. It can be used, you know, in a war scenario,
Yes.
but I prefer the term fighting art than martial art. Okay?
Yeah.
It's broader.
Yeah.
So it can be applied to a war scenario, if you're a commando or whatever. It can be applied to like wider war strategy, but it can also be street fighting or sport fighting. Okay?
Yeah.
My style is mostly self-defense.
Yeah.
Okay? It can be applied to sport, like some of my techniques applied to when I was teaching you boxing.
Yeah.
Okay? What I'm going to do, I don't consider myself also a traditionalist. Although some of the traditional ways of teaching I will be applying because I find them useful, but I'll only use what's traditional if I think it's useful, not just for the sake of being traditional, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we won't be wearing kung fu suits, you know, we won't be bowing or any of that business, but we will be doing lots of basic drills, and you will be learning this slowly. Okay, there won't be shortcuts, because that part of, that element of traditional training is, I consider to be really important, that you really learn your fundamentals, your basic building blocks, so they become not even second nature, first nature. They become like blinking. Okay, you don't even have, good kung fu, good fighting skills come from it being instant and automatic. Okay, right. So, going right down to those basic primary building blocks, it's like, I was describing this to Kate the other day, it's like learning the letters of an alphabet before you can start making sentences and then writing pages and then writing books. You can't write, you know, a novel if you don't know your ABC. Okay? Otherwise you're just memorizing sentences without understanding how that sentence is made.
Yeah.
You could learn, I could teach you a technique, but you haven't learned the building blocks of that technique.
Yeah,
Right? You have to make those building blocks, those letters that make the words, that make the sentences, that make the paragraphs, that make the novel. You have to learn those letters and the grammar, like some of the movements are like the grammar. That's what makes these moves go together. Okay? Right. So, first thing is posture. Okay? I did teach you some of this when we were doing a bit of boxing. Fundamentals, your knees should always be pointing in the same direction as your feet. Okay? You don't want your knees crossed up or pressure on your knees going away from the direction your feet are going. Whatever way you're going, your feet should be going, and that's the way your knees should be going. Okay?
Yeah.
So straight away I need you to sink your weight, bend your knees. From now on, for another thing, another fundamental, Kung Fu is a way of life, right? It's not just about fighting. If you get into this, and I reckon you will, you'll find you have a Kung Fu way of doing the washing up. You have a Kung Fu way of, you know, of eating your dinner, right?
Yeah.
You'll find yourself moving in a Kung Fu way. So, from now on, you keep your weight sunk, you keep your feet rooted to the ground, you keep your knees bent. The reason you keep your knees bent, why do you keep your knees bent?
You can move around more efficiently. And if you don't get hit.
That's a part of it, but also if you've got your knees straight, I can snap straight away, right? And you don't want someone snapping your knees. So if you've got your knees bent, bend your knees, that's strong. That can't be snapped. Certainly not snapped easily. That's going to take a lot of force to do any damage to that stance once you've got your weight on it. You know, you can kick the shit out of that and that's not going anywhere, right? Also, you have your centre of balance to think about. So you don't put all of your weight on one leg at any time unless you're actually in the middle of a movement. You know, obviously if you're in the middle of a movement, then your weight is on one leg. But most of the time, you're trying to spread your weight so that you can shift it whichever one's getting attacked and whichever one's attacking. Okay? So, back to your stance. We'll do most of the drills in what we used to call a horse riding stance, right? So, like feet a bit more than shoulder width apart, like you're riding a horse, a skinny horse,
Yeah.
a donkey, right? So you're sitting on something like that. Your back should be straight with your bum tucked in that way, not sticking out that way. So it's like you rotate your pelvis up to try and make that as flat. Yeah, that's it. So shoulders relaxed, okay? Shoulders relaxed, weight sunk, legs strong. This is part of the training. From now on, all the drills you'll do it in that stance, unless you're drilling a different stance for the sake of that stance. But from now on, you think of this as like, this is your position for training it, okay? And the reason for that is it makes your legs really strong, but it also gets you used to being in that position so that you're in a fighting position, you're low. Because from low you can move and you're stronger, okay? If you're standing up straight, you've got to bend your legs already before you can do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah? Unless you're going to move like a robot, right? So you're already ready to move now. You're down, okay? And from down you can come up, and that's where all your power comes from the ground, okay? I'm overcomplicating it because I know you're smart and you'll get it. I mean, a traditional teacher will just say, get the horse stance, and he won't tell you why. I'm telling you why so it makes sense, so you'll want to do it. Otherwise you'll be thinking, why the fuck have I got to stand like this all the time? You know, it hurts, right? We used to have to sit in a low horse stance, and you'd have a brick balanced on your leg. You'd be like down there for half an hour or whatever, and your legs would be shaking like, you know, like a vibrator, and then the brick would fall off and you're not low enough. So this is like a practical start to start with for your first lesson. Okay. Now the next, get down, stay there, back straight, shoulders relaxed. Now the next thing you need to know is what we used to call your garden, right? This is your garden here. So if you're the house, you don't want anyone coming into your house unless you've invited them, right? So your garden is like the buffer zone. So there's my garden, right? You've got everything outside your garden that you don't have to worry about, and everything inside the garden you worry about, okay? So this is your zone that you're protecting. You're over there, you're not in my garden, I'm not worried about you. If you got into my garden, I'm like, whoa. Like you're an intruder, like I'm the dog and you're the postman kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay? So, we've got the inside and the outside. So once you know about the inside and the outside, if you put up a guard, right, there's an inside and an outside way of dealing with any hand, attack or block, okay? So if I get within striking range, now you've got your fighting guard there. Now, this is what I mean by taking you on the inside, because I'm in your garden, right? And this is what I mean by taking you on the outside. I'm outside, that hand is out of the way.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's advantages and disadvantages to both. Now, If you struck, you want to play too. Well, he's got you on the inside.
Harvey.
That's so funny. Right, so if you struck me, right, and I blocked you on the inside, don't disappear, I haven't blocked you that hard, right? So if I blocked you on the inside, the advantage of that is now I'm in the middle, I'm in your garden and I can get into like where all the dangerous parts are. This is what we call your centre line. This is where I can do all the damage, right? But your face, your head, your throat, neck, your vital organs, your other vital organs. Right? So that's why I want to be on the inside. The disadvantage is I've still got to worry about that, because on the inside I've got dangers as well as advantages. So that hand can still come at me, right? So this is what you deal with on the inside. If I'd have taken it on the outside, the exact same strikes come in, I take it on the outside, I've got less that I can attack, but I have not got to worry about anything from your other hand. So it's safer to take someone from the outside, but you can do less damage to them on the outside.
Okay.
I mean, there's still plenty I can do, but what I'm always trying to do is to get onto the inside. Yeah? So that'll be a follow-up. So, for a start, you learn to take someone on the outside because it's safer. So your punches come, taking you on the outside, and then I can come in and do my business. Right? And I can work my way inside. When I'm more comfortable and more confident, I know what I'm doing, I'll take you on the inside and I'm straight in there, I'm not messing about. Okay? So, now, you're going to learn, I've told you about your centre line, told you about your stance, get in your stance, get down, right? Keep upright and your butt tucked up, your hips rotated up, right? So you're not leaning forward. I don't want you leaning forward. I don't want you to be able to be pulled off your stance, okay? You want to be down and you want to be centered, okay? Now, you've got your center line. Your fundamental, your first basic guard position is to guard that center line, okay? So that's one of the reasons you need to have relaxed shoulders and you need your shoulders down. It's no good being tense and having your shoulders up by your wrists. Right. Be square, be nice and square to me, okay? Because this is like, you're learning ABC now. Once you start turning your shoulders, now you're jumping up to KLM. I don't want you on KLM, I want you on ABC still. Right. So, straight to me, relaxed, back straight, upright, lower, good, that's better. Right, not tipping forward, good. Now, your centre line, your first guard, will be in your centre, looking at my centre. I'm the threat. I'm always a threat, okay? So, exactly. I didn't even have to explain it, but you're following my centre, okay? Push me out. Keep me in your centre. Right, there. So, that one is there. That's got to be tucked in, also guarding your centre. This is part of your guard. All of this is part of your guard. This hand is down there. Right. The reason this hand is down there is it's all part of the guard. Okay? And from here, one of the loveliest things you're going to learn in Kung Fu is this snake in hand technique. Okay? So when one hand moves, the other one replaces it. Okay? So you've always got your guard. So if I'm attacking, my guard is back here. I'm showing you a more freestyle, right? Well, I should be really sticking to the basic, right? So your basic, your fist, not too close to you because then you can hit yourself if there's a force coming in. You want to be far enough away from your face that you can absorb something. A hit, that's it. You don't want to be too close. You don't want to be too far either because then you can be pulled off. Okay? So, get your nice position where you feel like you've got the good position. Relax, relax. You're not supposed to be tense. Relax. Okay, good. Now, that's good. Now, that's good. Okay, you've got got centre line, that's got to be connected. Okay? Got to be connected. Now from here, first lesson, first technique, right? You're going to learn as this hand, if you're imagining the face there that you're striking, as this hand strikes, this hand replaces it, but they stay in contact. Okay? Sorry, I'm so used to being looser, I've got to try and remember to do it in a basic fist. Okay? So from here, this strikes, this replaces. Okay? So just practice that. In fact, forget the fist, because I rarely use a fist. So forget the fist, just do it with a relaxed hand to start with, okay? I'm already moderating from the traditional. So keep a relaxed hand, and I want you to, no, a little bit, you're striking out now, okay? So, this is your target, this is the face that you're hitting, okay? Imagine this is my face. Right. When that hand is now going to strike my face, do it in slow motion? No, slow. We're going to learn this in slow motion. That's why you're going to like it, because you're not going to get hit. There's going to be no hard hitting for a while. Right. Relax. Right. Now, that hand has hit me. Right? Now, that one is going to hit me. Do it slow. Again. Right, look. From here, that's grinding. Sliding up the other arm. This one's sliding down it, this one's sliding up it. Okay? So they stay in contact the whole time. Yeah? 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 Relax. Keep doing it, but try and relax more. I mean, not your legs, but your arms and your shoulders. Okay. From there, right, make that like it's going to be how you make contact, okay? So it's going to, that's why it's called a snake in hand. So from here, whether it's a strike to the face or whether it's a block to the oncoming hand, you still want that rotation, because you're going to, if it was a block, then it would turn into a hook. This is mantis. Oh, I didn't tell you that, did I? So my Kung Fu style was praying mantis. So it's renowned for hooking. Okay? So that's why you've got this rotation in the snaking hand business. Okay? So from there, going back to the basic version, right, you do your snaking hand up. Right. You lost a, come on. Slow. Good. No, you've lost the centre line. That's why my hand contacted yours. Keep that. Listen. Just make the stance. Make the position. Right. Feel that resistance. Yeah. Right. This is sensitivity training. Push against me. Not so hard that you're off balance. This is I love it so much. Right. So this is the sensitivity part. You're pushing just enough, but you're loose still. So if you try to pull me, try and push against me. I'm not going with you, right? Right, push against me. No, push against me, right? Push into my guard. Push. Push like you want to push to my face, right? All I need to do is deflect you off my centre line. Remember the centre line. I'm not worried about you being over there. I just need you not to be here. Right, so you strike to my face, that's enough for me. So we're both going for the centre line. Right? Push against me. Feel that. Don't let me get so close. I'm in your garden. Come on, keep me out. I'm not letting you get in there. Strike to my face. See it? Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Right. So, relax Change hands. Guard your centre line. But still relaxed. If you get tense, I can take you off. Okay? Now, don't let me get in your eyes. Actually, we may be a little bit too close. I want to be just in striking distance. Okay. Right, you go for my face. Right. That's it. It's like stirring. And we're not trying to stir. I'm trying to go for you, but you're deflecting me. And you're not trying to stir, you're trying to go for me, but I'm deflecting you. Okay? Right. And that's when the change comes in. Once you feel that pressure, go for me again. That's when the change comes in, the snake in hand. You see? Now you're fucked. You get it?
Yeah.
So look what I'm doing. I'm doing exactly that first basic move I showed you.
Yes.
You see it? That's all I did. That's the beauty of it. You're just on A.
Yeah.
You're still just on A, right? We haven't even gone to B, and see how lovely it is. So, strike. Again. So, that's that. Yeah? Now, I'll strike, you do the changeover. Yeah? More or less. Just for now, we'll just concentrate on that part. Okay? No. You've got to do the changeover. No. Just that part. The stop. Just the stop. No. The snaking. It's got to be over the top. Super slow. Good. A little bit more resistance, so like you're trying to get to me too. And as soon as I feel that, that's when I change. You got it?
Yeah.
So I'm not getting into some power struggle. I'm not going to try and have a battle of strength with you. Once I feel your resistance, I'm changing. Yeah? I'm not going to mess about wrestling with you. But, right? So, push out. Good. But to me. Yeah. Keep the contact. Keep the snake in contact. You're a little bit tense, understandably, right? I want you to be more relaxed. I'm not going to hit you. That's why it's so nice. It's not like in boxing where you're going to get clubbed. Okay? I'm not going to hit you. I'm showing you the technique. You can afford to be relaxed. I want you to get that movement. It's not going to come straight away. Okay? But that's the part of the traditional training that I will retain. I like that you learn your A. We're going to be at this for months,
Yeah.
right? On the ABC. So you're going to be doing this. You won't stop doing this.
Okay.
This technique, this A, you'll be doing this for the rest of your Kung Fu future. Okay? It doesn't, I'm not teaching you like something like crawling, like a baby, and then you'll give up crawling and start walking. You'll always be using this.
Yeah.
Okay? Like looking
Yeah.
instead of. Okay. This will never become redundant. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, a little bit more, right. A little bit more of the rotation, right? And just looking to strike with the meaty part of the arm. Okay, you don't want to be bashing your bones. Okay? Your bones will get bruised and possibly broken if you block with your bone. You don't block with your bone, you block with your meat. Yeah? There's the bone, right? So you want to be, that's why you're snaking that. That's your padding. Alright? You will find it really sore and tomorrow you'll be like bruised. But there's also the lovely part of the training, which is rubbing out the bruises. Okay, so we used to have this stuff. I don't know if it's strictly necessary. This Chinese medicine oil that we used to rub into like these horrendous bruises, like cartoon bruises. Like I've had a like one of those Tom and Jerry bruises. Honestly, seriously, like an egg coming out of there from like shin training. You know, we were doing this with our shins, like bang, 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 and then you got a bruise like that. Honestly, proper Tom and Jerry, like that, and then you got to sit there while one of your sparring partners has got to rub it out. But I promise you, the next day it's gone. No sign of it. Fucking agony while they're rubbing it out, but then the next day there's nothing. Maybe a little bit of a red blotch. Okay? So you rub out your bruises. We'll do that afterwards. So remember, that's the bit you're blocking with.